Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Oak Park City Council meeting will begin in 30 seconds. The Oak Park City Council meeting will begin in 30 seconds.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
McClellan. Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Here.
Councilmember Burns.
Here.
Councilmember Rich. Councilmember Weiss.
Here.
Approval of the agenda. So the consent agenda, these are routine items that are presented for City Council approval without discussion as a single agenda item. If anybody wishes to discuss or disapprove of any item, it must be dropped. Please speak now or forever hold your peace. A is the regular council meeting minutes of August 5, 2019. B is the special council meeting minutes of August 5, 2019. C is the library board meeting minutes of May 21, 2019 and June 6, 2019. D is the payment application number 7 for the 2018 45th District Court renovation project M684 to Frank Wewald and Son, Inc. for the amount of $94,209.98. They let everybody in here today, don't they? For those of you who don't know, that's my mother. Okay. E is payment application number 3, final for the 2017 miscellaneous sewer repair project M671 to Bricko Excavating for the amount of $5,000. F is payment of invoices from OHM Advisors and Bridge Enhancements Technology Design for the court project, Safe Routes to School Preliminary Engineering, 9 Mile Road Diet Construction Engineering, and AMP GIS support in the total amount of $108,147.50. G is licenses, new and renewals as submitted for August 19th, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, any discussion or questions? Roll call vote.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes?
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Passes. Okay, recognition of visiting elected officials. I don't see any here right now. If there is one here. Okay, good. Special recognition presentations. There are none. There are no public hearings. No communications. Special licenses. A, is there a request for a special event license submitted by Oak Park Service Learning Academy, 21700 Marlowe Street for an outdoor family movie night to be held August 27, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, is there any discussion or questions? Anybody here to speak on this request? All right, are we ready for a vote? Do we need a roll call vote for this? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. B is request for a special event license and waiver of fee submitted by Thomas Zarafa, 24320 Seneca Street for the Seneca Street Block Party to be held September 8, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, any discussion or question? Anybody here to talk about it? All right. Please state your name and address just for the record, and then tell us what you want us to hear.
I am Brother Thomas Zarafa. My first time I've been here. I'm sorry. Oh.
Push the button, and when it lights up.
Well, that one. I am Brother
you-
Thomas Zarafa.
Thank
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you. And this is my first time I've been here when that request has been submitted. This is our 16th year we are doing this block party. I think we have the coolest block in the whole city of Oak Park. And we have a real neighborhood. I mean, we put the neighbor back in the hood on our street. And I'm inviting everybody on the city council and our wonderful city employees who are sitting here to join us that day, even if it's just for a short time. I know Regina's committed to set up the tent and bring all the chairs and tables, right? No, not quite. But we have a great time. We are also marking the passage of one of our greatest neighbors, Ed Gamble, who was taken from us after a bout with cancer. He was our grill master all of these years. He moved on the block in 1985, long before I got here, and just a wonderful soul. His wife and daughter and son are left behind, to remember him deeply. And also on good news, we're going to be doing a minor celebration of the upcoming 100th birthday of Oak Park's premier citizen, Jack Kaufman. And his birthday will be coming up in March, beginning of March. And I'm going to make a proposition when we get closer that if Oak Park could declare his birthday Jack Kaufman Day in the city of Oak Park. He's been a long-time resident here and a very active member of the community. So thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Okay, are we ready to vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Passes unanimously. C is request for a special event license and waiver of fee submitted by Palmer Woods Manor for their block party to be held August 24, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, is there anybody here to speak on this? Any discussions or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes unanimously. 11 is accounting reports. Approval for payment of invoice. Now, this is going to be a correction. Our attorneys are awesome, and they certainly earn their money, but adding zeros occasionally as a typo is just a bit too much, unless, of course, we're adding the zero after the decimal. Then there's no problem at all. Okay, so the approval for payment of invoices submitted by Gear and Lucal Miller PC for legal services in the total amount of $12,860.19. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Weiss. Sorry. Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Bids, there's a request to award the bid for the 2019-20 miscellaneous concrete project M699 to Mattioli Cement Company of Fenton, Michigan for a total amount of $373,835.10. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, is there discussion or questions? Are we ready to vote? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes. 13 is ordinances, and this is a second reading and adoption of an ordinance to amend Chapter 2, Administration of the Code of Ordinances, City of Oak Park, Michigan, by amending Article 6, Public Library, Section 2-651, Board of Directors, and Section 2-652, Terms of Members, Removals, Vacancies. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, discussion or questions?
Yes. Can we
Oh.
just have an explanation again from our city attorney for those who aren't familiar with it?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. We have a second reading of an ordinance amending two sections of the library ordinance. The first is regarding the appointment of members. It is increasing the number of members from 5 to 9. And the second proposed amendment would be to section 2-652, and it is decreasing the number of terms for each director from 5 years to 2 years. And those are the two changes for recommended for amendment.
Thank you. We're ready to vote. I believe this is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. At this point, I'm going to turn the podium over to our city manager, Eric Tungate, for 15. I'm
14.
sorry. I am going to turn the podium over to our city attorney for 14.
Thank
for
you.
the city attorney's report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The city is in receipt of a request from AT&T for an extension of its current Metro Act right-of-way permit. In accordance with the ordinance, they're permitted up to a 5-year extension We've reviewed this in our Department of Technical and Planning. I've also reviewed through the City Attorney's Office the existing permit. There are no objections or issues or no reason to deny the permit, so it's our recommendation that you adopt the attached resolution approving the request, and this will extend the permit through August 31st of 2024.
Okay,
You have a proposed resolution.
all right. And you obviously believe this is in the city's best interest, I take it?
In the city's best interest, and quite frankly, usually the act only gives you reasons to deny the request, and we do not have any issues with our technical and planning department or the existing materials in the right of way, so we have no reason to object to the request for extension.
All right, unless our city clerk or city attorney tells me I'm wrong, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I guess we didn't need a roll call vote for that one. All right, at this time, we're going to turn it over to our illustrious city manager, Eric Tungate, for the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. 15A, I am going to have our city clerk, Ed Norris, go through a brief explanation.
Thank you. For the past 2 elections, we've had to move our Precinct 1, which is permanently housed at Avery Elementary School. We've had to move that to Norup International School. The resolution we have before us tonight is that we're going to make that a permanent move, so all future elections for Precinct 1 will be located at Norup International School. That's in the Berkeley School District. Once we make this passage, of course, we will be sure to notify all the voters in Precinct 1 of that permanent change. So we have a resolution before you here.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Having been moved and seconded, any other discussion or question?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, Virginia.
Can we just make it clear, I just wanted to make it clear too that Avery, for those of you who don't know, Norup is directly adjacent to Avery, so it won't be a unnecessary burden for people who had previously gone to Avery as a polling place. And you stated, Clerk Norris, that you don't see any issues with there being overcrowding at that polling place or anything like that?
We do not.
Thank you.
I actually remember as a child, my mother, who's here in the audience, used to bring me to Avery to vote. I wouldn't vote. She would vote. And I would watch her vote. So I guess it's a bittersweet day that we're moving on to bigger and better things, but it certainly was a polling station here in the city for a very long time. All those in roll call or? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, motion carries.
15B, I'd like to request Assistant City Manager Kevin Yee join me at the podium for a brief explanation.
Good evening. Attached are proposed change order number 1 and payment application number 3 for the 2018-19 water main replacement project M675. This project replaced the water mains along Kenosha from 10 Mile to Northfield and Northfield from Kenosha to Gardner, along with 5 urgent open cut sewer repairs. The proposed change order is due to an area of pavement that was not initially expected to be removed and replaced, and also balancing some additional quantities. I will add that we will be having a change order to balance the quantities. That will be a reduction in the future, but for right now, this is where we're at as far as what the work that they've done that was over the bid quantities. The project is approximately 87% complete. It is recommended that change order number 1 for the 2018-19 water main replacement project M675 be approved to Macomb Pipeline and Utilities Company of Sterling Heights, Michigan for the amount of $12,955.62. It is further recommended that payment application number 3 for the same be approved in the amount of $122,947.05. Funding is available in the Water and Sewer Fund.
Is there a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Having been moved and seconded, discussion or questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Okay, so this is the first change order for this project?
Correct.
So it's in 2 phases? The 12,955.62 and the 122,947? Or is that combined?
I apologize. Can you repeat that, the last part?
I mean, because unless I misunderstood you, The amount of the proposed change order is $12,955.62.
Correct,
That is the first change order for this project.
correct.
So that will bring the total of the project to
The
122,947.
total project cost is $547,547.62. That's the total project cost with the change order. The amount that we owe them on this, that we're paying them for this particular pay run, the payment application number 3, is for the amount of $122,947.05.
What's that?
My mic was off.
Oh, Michael's off.
Okay, thank you.
You
All
are-
right, somebody help me out here. Do we need a roll call for this one? That's what I thought. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes.
Assistant City Manager Yee, 15C as well, please.
Thank you. Plans, at a previous council meeting, plans were approved for the new playground structure at Seneca Park. The play structure, called the DNA Tower by Berliner, fits into the allowable space in the Seneca Pocket Park. What I also mentioned when we approved that was what I was going to come back potentially and approve or request to have approved the play surface beneath it. So in the original plan, we had in there basically wood chips, engineered wood chips that would be for a play structure. But since we did get a grant to completely fund the DNA tower and also have additional funding in the amount of, I apologize, $11,619 left in grant funding, we wanted to look at putting a different type of play surface that was longer lasting, more durable, less maintenance. So we actually got 3 different options, and the rubberized poured in place we felt was the most durable, and actually it was in the middle of the road between the options that we looked at. So after all that explanation, we're requesting to have the poured in place rubberized surface installed have it long lasting and maintenance free area. There's currently $11,619 in grant funding remaining from the Play Everywhere grant and the Community Foundation grant used for the play structure. There will also be $2,722.50 savings by not having the wood mulch. That was the price of the wood mulch installed. And the remaining $10,333.77 is available in the 9 Mile Road project budget. This play surface will be purchased under the NPP Gov Cooperative Purchasing Pre-Bid Contract. It is recommended that the proposed poured-in-place rubber play surface be approved for the total amount of $24,675.21. Funding will be available in the remaining Play Everywhere grant and Community Foundation grant, savings from not installing the wood mulch, and remaining funding from the 9 Mile Road project budget.
Do we have a motion for this yet?
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Are there any questions or discussions?
I just wanted to point out too that the savings for not having the wood mulch, that's actually an annual savings, if I'm correct, because that would need to be replenished every year.
We would need to replenish it. We probably wouldn't need the full amount of wood mulch, but probably half of that every year you have to replenish because it does settle and go away. Sure.
And obviously the poured in place rubber is a lot nicer too than the mulch.
A lot nicer. The mulch also, not on top of just replacing mulch, it grows weeds. It just takes a lot more maintenance.
In the rubber topping, do we have a lifetime on, not a lifetime, the average years, maybe 3 to 5 or 6 to 7 before repairs are needed, or?
I don't know what the warranty is on it per se,
Yeah, the
but we
warranty.
have these rubberized surfaces in a lot of areas, and they've lasted a long, long time. They
Okay.
do require some repair over time, but we've had some in Shepherd Park that I know this because it is due for some repair. It has some sections that are worn down, but it's been here for over 20 years. So it does last, and as long as you repair some of the spots, like at the bottom of the slide or right where the steps are, where the most activity is, you do need to do some repairs once in a while, but it's probably every 15 years that you need to do something to it. It really does last a long time.
Thank you.
Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Thank you.
Finance Director Sandra Crawford, if you could join me at the podium for 15D, our quarterly investment report.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Ratner, council members, and City Manager Tungate. Before you is the details of the cash and investments citywide for all funds held by the city at June 30th, 2019. This report includes a description of each investment type, market and book values, current and yield to maturity interest rates, and the number of days to maturity. The fourth quarter investment report shows total citywide cash and investments of $20,237,434, which is the market value, including cash in the operating account of $2,185,174, which is excluding outstanding checks and other adjustments. The short-term investments in the Oakland County investment pool of $7,902,183 and a money market account of $3,896. Commercial paper totaled $1,299,069, and the long-term investment totals are $8,847,112. The city has maximized investment return on short-term cash by utilizing the Oakland County investment pool and minimizing the amount maintained in the checking account and daily depository accounts. The investment income for the months of April through June 2019 totaled $158,729, bringing the total citywide total for the fiscal year of 2018-19 to $625,792.
Thank you.
Good question.
There's no motion on this, is there? Okay. All right, is there a question?
Well, yes, I'm pretty sure this is an increase from the last report that we were given.
Yes, the fourth quarter was an increase, and actually the overall city, the fiscal year is an increase. I believe last fiscal year it was about 504,000, and this year is 625,000. So that's great.
Great. Thank you.
You're
It was
welcome.
very well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Council members, we have for 15F, or 15E, I should say, we have a Independence Day overview. Director Stasiak is here to initiate that. We have a video, I'm told. Okay.
Unless you want to give us a play-by-play.
I'll give you a brief overview. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Radner, City Council members, and City Manager Tungate. It's hard to believe that I'm giving a recap of our most anticipated events of the summer. Where did the summer go? It was great to see our residents come out and participate in our Oak Park 4th of July tradition. Oak Park always celebrates July 4th in style, with 4 events happening throughout the day. The Mayor's 5K run started at 8 a.m. We had 42 runners take to the course, with medals for all who crossed the line, and an Oak Park logo screened drinking glass for all age group winners. This year, we added a timing system, which gave instant results to all runners. Up next, from 9 to 11, was the Youth Assistance Pancake Breakfast to benefit youth from Oak Park. Although this is not our event, we do help with the logistics and support for this worthwhile fundraiser for our community. Cheryl Weiss is the new chair for Youth Assistance and has brought in fresh and creative ideas and added in a tin can auction that was a huge success. Next, starting at 11 a.m. was our parade. We had 60 participants this year. Our parade grand marshals were Business, Real Team Real Estate, and community member was Cheryl Weiss, longtime resident, advocate, and active member of our community. I also wanted to highlight our sponsors on the screen for their support in helping to add to the success of this community celebration. Every year, our businesses from Oak Park become more and more involved in our city's events. It's so nice to have that kind of support for our residents. Our Fun Fest was from 11 to 3. This featured all kinds of inflatable units from Oakland County Parks, food vendors for every kind of taste bud, and highlighted our community vendors and organizations, as well as Oak Park favorite Kimmy Horn as our concert performer. I also want to say thank you. This day cannot happen without the cooperation and assistance from other city departments, our DPW department, communications team, and public safety department. Also, thank you to all the parade participants, community organizations, our Parks and Recreation Commission members who volunteered, and all who helped to make this event a grand success. And now for a short video of the day's events put together by our own Benny White.
This year we have upped the race because every year we do things bigger and better than the year before. This year we've got Eastside Racing Company. So instead of waiting around for us to tot up the answers to how fast you ran, it is instant. You can walk or run or push a stroller, any which way you want to get around this park. You are welcome to come on and do it.
We made it to the second event of the day. This is the Oak Park Youth Assistance Pancake Breakfast. Let's take a look inside. Tell me a little bit about the pancake breakfast.
Well, it was a labor of love. It's been a tradition in Oak Park as long as I can remember, and I've been coming all my life. And all the money raised helps families and kids in Oak Park. So I'm really excited about this.
And I do understand you have a new activity this year with the tin can auction. Can you tell me about that?
We do. We get donations from the community and residents and businesses. And for tickets 3 for $1, you can put it in whatever box you want. You can win awesome prizes, kids, adults, everything.
It's time for the parade, our #1 event of the day. Let's go check it out. For me, this is the culmination of our staff's hard work. And every year, I'm reminded how great our city is, our residents especially. But it's a culmination of a lot of hard work and people coming together to celebrate America's birthday. It's a very exciting time for us.
One of my favorite things about the city of Oak Park is just how connected everyone is. Everyone knows everyone else. It's a very tight-knit community. You can go to your neighbors for anything that you need. People come out and help each other. And it's just a fun place to be.
So I've been coming to this parade for, I would say, probably over 30 years. I'm sorry, she's 6. That's right. She's 6. I've been coming to this parade probably for about 30 years. And I came as a child, I came with my children, and now I'm coming as a council person.
Well, the parade, this is my 6th year. And I love the parade because it involves the whole community. The city of Oak Park, the residents, they all come out, they participate. We interact. I believe this is one of the favorite holidays for the city because everyone comes together and has a good time.
Happy 4th of July, Oak Park!
Yeah! See, the seasons know exactly when it changes. Justice, kindness, knows no shame. Go through all your joy and pain. That I'll be loving you always. And now I know.
We're here at the Oak Park 4th of July celebration, wishing everybody a happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, USA!
Happy 4th of July!
This year we have
fun. Let's do it again.
upped the race because every year we do.
Okay, Director Stasiak, please come to the podium for 15F as well.
Good evening again. Oak Park Recreation Department is seeking authorization to renew the municipal credits and community credits contract with SMART. This allows the Recreation Department to operate and administer a senior transportation program. SMART intends to provide Oak Park $28,842 of municipal credits and $45,694 of community credits for fiscal year July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020. The recommended action is that the City Council authorize the Oak Park Recreation Department to renew their municipal credits and community credits contract with SMART. By doing so, Oak Park agrees to operate and administer a senior transportation program, and SMART intends to provide Oak Park $28,842 of municipal credits and $45,694 of community credits for fiscal year July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Having been moved and seconded, is there any questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Just a comment. That's
Oh,
a
I'm
great
sorry.
program.
Yes, it is.
Very great program
It
for
is
the
indeed.
We're
community.
very fortunate.
Yes, we are.
All right. Hopefully that doesn't change anybody's vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Director Stasiak, I just wanted to mention what a great job that you and your staff did for this July 4th. Thank you very much for all your hard work.
Thank you very much.
Appreciated.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Kim Maroney, if you could join me at the podium for 15G, please.
Yes, thank you. Good evening. In front of you is a recommendation to amend the payment in lieu of taxes, the pilot, for year one of the Jefferson Oaks project. When that contract was negotiated, Eric Tungate, the city manager, had suggested to Community Housing Network to have a minimum set as opposed to the pilot just to be based on rents. So the city was assured a minimum every year. Community Housing Network agreed to that with no issues. We just didn't have the foresight on either side of our parties to determine that maybe year one might be a little different because of the development being under construction. So development and construction we had anticipated starting sooner than what it actually did take place. That was due to some construction difficulties as well as the financing. They have to sell the tax credits on the market, and with the new presidential election that was taking place, it was a little harder than what they had anticipated, so it delayed the project substantially. The first year of the project, with the rents in place, that we had anticipated all the units being fully occupied, but with the delay, in May of the last fiscal year, only 23 units were available to rent, with the remaining units available, 24 additional in September and 13 in October. So as you can see, for the majority of the year, there weren't even units available for rent. City Manager Tungate and myself met with CJ Felton, who is here with Community Housing Network over in the corner, and we discussed what the rents were. They were fully occupied, and they have provided a table to City Council that you have in your packet with the recommendation of what City Manager Tungate had negotiated with the Community Housing Network. And we recommend to make this change just for the first year of this development for those reasons.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Having been moved and seconded, are there any questions or discussion? I do have a question. I'm sorry, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
The question is, this is just going to be this year, whether
Correct.
there's trouble filling it up or not?
Correct.
Yes, it'll just be the first year. The years 2 and after, it'll be the floor. I think it's 41, whatever it is.
41 and change.
$41,468.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm sorry, Councilmember Burns.
Yeah, that was the exact question that I was going to ask, but
Look at that.
just out of curiosity, what is the percentage now of occupancy? Is it at 100%?
You can answer it better than me.
Hi, I'm CJ Felton. I'm here on behalf of Community Housing Network. First of all, I want to thank you for being fantastic partners. We started talking about this community, I think, almost 5 years ago. And it took a labor of love from a lot of people to get across the line, but you have been fantastic partners, and we are talking about what might come next here in Oak Park. So to answer your question, we've been at 100% occupancy since 4 days before Christmas. And we have a waiting list that we've actually had to just turn off. There are so many people that want to live there. The good news is what the city manager negotiated was a minimum, and built into that calculation is a 7% vacancy. So I fully anticipate in 2019 that, and it's hard to do the math because there's a few things that get deducted from the net, from the gross rent that gets collected, but it would look to me like it might be $3,000, $3,500 beyond what we guaranteed. And part of the reason we were comfortable making that guarantee is because we just don't have vacancies in our other communities, and we were very confident that that was probably never even going to come into play.
Yeah, I recall when we were doing the negotiations, and I don't remember the numbers, but I know they were to change and increase as the years went
There's,
on.
I think it's in your packet. Increases at.
Oh, okay.
1% for the next 5 years, and then 2% a year after that. But I would still anticipate the fact that unless something drastic happens with our economy, which we learned in 2008 that could happen, but I don't anticipate that we're going to see any kind of a vacancy there, and we'll, I'm quite confident, exceed the minimum guarantee every year.
I'm not sure if I heard or if I just didn't understand. I believe the question was, and I have the same question, is what percentage vacancy is there now, currently?
Oh, it's 0 right now.
Oh, right now it's
yeah,
0.
It had,
Okay. That's a pretty good number.
We've actually only turned 1 unit, and it was occupied within 2 days of when it was vacant.
Wow, good
so
work.
No impact on rent collected at all.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Weiss.
Yes.
Councilmember Burns.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Mayor Pro Tem, members of council, that completes the city manager report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part, the call to the audience. Each speaker's remarks are a matter of public record. The speaker alone is responsible for his or her comments, and the City of Oak Park does not, by permitting such remarks, support, endorse, or accept the content thereof as being true or accurate. Any person while being heard at a city council meeting may be called to order by the chair or any council member for failure to be germane to the business of the city, vulgarity, or personal attacks on persons or institutions. There is a strict 3-minute time limit per speaker. Anybody who wishes to speak, please state your name and address so that we can have it for the record. Step right up. You guys are going to have to arm wrestle to see who goes first. I was going to put $10 on you winning.
Good evening, everyone. Kari Turner, resident. I live on Beverly Street along with my wife and son. Let me say first, we love living in Oak Park. We live 2 doors away from my wife's childhood home. She was raised here, and I've been a resident for 8 years. And our son loves living here. We all live on Beverly Street between 9 Mile Road and Kenwood Street. That being said, our block particularly has 2 concerns that we'd like to ask your assistance in helping us to resolve. We have in the last year had an increase of children on the street, living on the street under the age of 16, raised from 15 to about 25. We love it, we love the energy, but we're also sandwiched by 3 businesses that regularly attract customer bases that are younger, faster, and unfortunately less considerate of our particular street. We've clocked drivers going down our street at speeds in excess of 30 miles per hour this summer while the children are at play. One of the businesses also attracts a different clientele at night. That is the new business, Hookah To Go. They have a bright flashing neon light. And on the street, we joke that it makes us feel like we live off of a different mile road, not 9 Mile Road. So our concern is that, we would love to explore the possibility of speed bump installations on our street. We have seen vehicles almost hit children on bikes and so on. And the police have come and they've set up, temporary, they've sat there, set a vehicle on the street. They've also set up the temporary speedometer. It has not helped. So this is our next step following those initial efforts. We'd also like to see Hookah To Go turn that flashing neon sign off. We did a little research and we see that we have learned that they're not violating any ordinances. And we get that, that's fine. But we'd still like to ask them to turn it off. It does make a change of tone on the street, and it does contribute to a nighttime clientele that just does not give us the opportunity to feel neighborly. So I promise I didn't bring my son Max here to make you feel bad. He is cute as a button. But we would like that consideration for the sake of all the children on the street. If I count the ones above the age of 16, it's over 30. So if something can be done, we would highly, highly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
If you want to say something.
Can you leave your contact information with Director Robert Barrett there in the orange tie?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Ed Bass, 24250 Kipling, Oak Park. What happened to the new Kroger's?
A very good question. Eric, if you want to answer, you can.
I know it's taking longer than we would all like, but I've been told it's in process, and I think pretty soon you're going to be seeing, Kim, I don't know if you want to speak to this, but pretty soon you're going to be seeing more construction taking place. You want to add to? We want specifics, Kim. Give us exact dates and times. We'll be there.
Yeah, I don't have exact dates and times. They've been working through their construction documents and meeting with our staff here in the building department. They anticipate hopefully starting construction late September, early October with a late spring 2020 opening. So that's their timeline. But in the building trades today, things tend to move slower than they usually do. So
I just want to add that timeline that she just gave is a much more aggressive timeline than they originally had, too. So we're happy to see it.
Yep.
Spring, that's next spring.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. Call to the council. Council Member Burns.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Hey, Tanisha, have a good night.
Councilmember Weiss.
Good evening, everyone. Just a reminder that our farmers market is still going on every Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. through September 25th. So we hope everyone comes out and takes advantage of that. Also, last day for the pool for anyone who's interested in getting in a last swim for the summer is August 24th. It'll be open from 1 to 6. And then the following day, Sunday the 25th, is dog day at the pool, which is how we close out the pool every year. If you have a pooch that likes to swim, you can bring them on down. The pool will be open that day from noon to 3 with separate swim times for different sizes of animals. So please come out for that if your dog likes to swim. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. One thing that I wanted to add before I close with my usual good night is I looked into this myself as well when I saw speeders on my street, and I am almost certain that speed bumps are illegal in the state of Michigan. So, and I'm getting some nodding from people in the crowd, so I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I wish they were legal, but as far as I understand, they're illegal. So, well, then I must be wrong, but I thought speed bumps on city streets are illegal. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but all right. Then it's probably something to be looked into then. Well, that's also true. All right, there being no further business, thank you all for coming out and have a good night.